Good morning, guys. Have you been well? Have you guys? It's time for your morning latte. Good morning, guys. Have you guys been well? I had an intro prepared and I forgot, so we're just gonna call it what it is. But today, we're gonna be talking about some classical music, or not just classical music, I guess, but it's more like the stuff that I was thinking about lately, because I want to talk about music, and I really want to, that's all that it is, you know. There's gonna be some of my favorite music stuff that we're gonna be talking about, and yeah. I mean, I really, you know, I think it's be a lot better, but anyway, um so two things. I'll start with the fact that this overlay I sold this from online, and by stole I mean I'm using it with credit, and I think I forgot to credit them, so I'll do that while we're listening to music. So but yeah, so I have my I need to hold on, I need to turn on my piano, so give me one moment. Blah, blah, blah. I need to turn on my piano, and then we're gonna talk about some cool stuff that I like about music. And then I'll like you're great, I think, hopefully. Let me just make sure everything's working out well. You hear this? Okay. I have my trusty keyboard here. Alright. Is that quiet? Is that louder for you guys than it is for me? Turn it down a little bit. Okay, so my keyboard is a little bit small, and so there's not gonna be too much to I won't be able to play too much, but we'll be playing a little bit. I guess I don't know. I didn't really have like an itinerary planned. But I was thinking about like some classical songs I've been listening to lately. But so there's a little bit of like shenanigans with copyright, right? Technically, most of the classical songs out there are copyright, or technically they're public domain, but because like recordings and stuff, they're not. But I guess we'll start with some classics, right? Like Beethoven's Fifth. Um, and I just kind of want to talk about these mostly because I don't know. I kind of grew up playing a lot of classical music. For the record, I've been a classical music, or I guess I was a classical musician, for roughly a decade or so. That is to say, I was classically trained. I played in like orchestras and stuff, when I was in my youth. But now I'm old, and I haven't done music in a long time. So if forgive me if I'm a little bit out of whack. So anyway, yeah, that's just my precursor to talking about it. We'll start with Beethoven Smith because I remember playing this um in the orchestra when I was younger. So yeah. Is this one? Everyone loves this one, right? You guys hear it well? It feels a bit quiet. Man, that's so iconic though. That's so iconic. Hold on, let me move my chat box up a little bit. Um, it's the one that everyone knows, right? I think if there's like a heckin' standard classical music, well, everyone would know it. Can you guys see the chat? I think the chat is actually not visible. Whatever. You guys all have to deal with it, I guess. Oh man. I think I'm actually thinking of a different song though. Man, I'm actually washed. But yeah, no, I'll put some sheet music too. Is that I'll put some sheet music, hold on. I don't know, I can't play piano unless I used to look at sheet music at this point. Unless it takes a lot of trial and error, because I'm really bad now. Um, let's see. Beethoven. Sheet music. I love the internet. The internet, I can just like look up sheet music for a heckin' nice classical song, and then there'll be some heckin' nerd out there who just posts it all. Yeah, that's what I like. Yeah. So, I also played in an orchestra. Nice. That's actually really sick. Ah, I think all musicians worth their salt should trying playing in an orchestra just once. I think it's really interesting the way that uh you learn more about music when you play with other people, right? And I've been thinking about like musicality and stuff lately. I don't know. When I don't know, like I think a lot of kids who grow up playing music, they kind of just like play the notes like I can't play that high because my piano doesn't go that high. It's only 3 octaves, so it's actually kind of bad. But anyway, most people will just like play it like that, and it's pretty boring, I will say. But I've been learning as a musician lately, so I've been having a lot of fun listening to some classics, especially like with from like people who are really really good in their instrument, right? Like me personally, Beethoven actually isn't one of my favorites. I don't like Beethoven that much. I think his music is a product of his time, right? Um, Dang, we're gonna listen to the whole symphony. I don't want to listen to the whole symphony. I feel like that's like bad for the heckin'. Put the first movement. We'll listen to the Boston Philharmonic Orchestra play it. Hopefully the audio quality is a bit nice. But I remember doing this in my orchestra. They nice. My conductor made me listen to like professional orchestras to like gauge like oh yeah, you gotta listen to this orchestra play and then tell me what could they do be doing better in this performance. Like we'll listen to like the London Philharmonic Orchestra and they'll be like, what could you do better? What could they do better in this performance? And I'll be like, good question. So cool. It's like technically really impressive, of course. Even though the cello part is only playing like basically whole notes, alright? Pretty boring. But one of the things I really like about older music that I've been like thinking about right now. Man, sorry, it's just really pretty. Wow, they're so good. Okay, I'll stop here. I'll take a break. I'll take a break because, yeah, I don't know. I guess like growing older, I developed more of an appreciation for this kind of music. I don't know if you guys like listen to a lot of pop music, right? A lot of pop music has a very standard kind of like, I don't even remember the phrase. It's like there's like a very popular like harmonic pattern with pop music nowadays. It's like, no, it's probably something like that, right? So it's something like this chord progression. Wait, I don't even remember what I played anymore. Something like that. I don't know. Nice hat, thank you. I appreciate it. I don't even remember the modern pop progression, but there's like a very popular chord progression that's like I probably have to look this up. Popular chord progression that's like the basis of like a lot of pop songs, right? Pop song chord progression, and it's like oh, it's 1 5 4 1 5 6 4 Beta Choco piano stream. Holy heck, that's crazy. I'm playing at the 1 5. Yeah, that's one of the more common ones. 1 5 6 4. Oh boy. Or there's apparently there's also a wait, wait. I don't know. 1 6 4 5. Yeah. That's in my head. Yeah, I'm pretty sure most pop songs, like popular songs nowadays, can fit into that kind of um like that little box, right? And it's like aesthetically pleasing to listen to. I wish I could play more because I only have 3 octaves on here. And I also wish I practiced piano more because I barely remember. 4, 6. I can't read Roman numerals. 6 is something like that. How you doing? I'm doing pretty good. Thank you for asking. But yeah, no. So I think in general, I've kind of grown out of pop music. Um, like just as like a general statement. Sorry, I know we were listening to the Fifth Symphony, but right now I'm really I have to talk about this because this has been in my brain for a very long time. You not very good? Dang, I hope your day gets better. I hope you enjoy today's stream well, and I hope today's stream makes you feel better then. Stream liking too much for me, I'll have to leave. Bye everyone. Good night, Shiru. I hope you survive the night. You know? But yeah, so I think pop music for me has gotten a little bit of boring because pop music a lot of the time relies on like percussion and stuff to have a certain kind of interesting. I'm sure I can do percussion on this thing. Hold on, let me figure this out. Um well you guys have to wait unfortunately. Um just on finishing 6 Excel assignments. Dang. Pop off, go off. We take those, no? Not that you done, right? We take those. Drum kit, nice. Oh well, let me see how to do this. That's a nice drum sound. Yeah, so most wait, this is actually so wait. Sorry, hold on. I'm like this is incredible for me right now. I'm learning new things every single day. Maybe I could do this. MIDI channel 1. Great. We'll see if this works so I can have drums and piano at the same time. It's not working. It's not working. I'm pressing the buttons. It's not working again. Oh well. Whiplash time. Does Linkin count and Breaking Benjamin count as pop? I hope not. I'm not totally sure because I don't listen to a lot of Western music nowadays, right? Most of my repertoire right now is definitely J-pop or like K-pop. It doesn't work on my drum part, which is kind of weird, but whatever. I guess I'll have to live with it. But yeah, Western music is very focused on like vocals, heavy vocals, and like percussion, right? And like nice bass chords, right? But the chords are pretty much very similar throughout. And I think that's something that got me personally kind of tired out of pop music. And I don't think that's like to say pop music is bad because there's a reason it's a very popular. There's a reason it's pop music, right? I'm more into alternative rock. Yeah, no, that's like I think regardless of what kind of music you listen to, it's fine, right? Pop music is just meant in particular to be catered towards, you know, a hike in the masses, right? J-rock and Korean rock, that's a thing. I'm sure Korean rock is a thing. But it's just that like I feel like there's a little bit less creativity in the modern Western music scene. Because it's meant to like tug at your heartstrings or whatever. It's supposed to be easy to listen to and something that's not supposed to be analyzed through and through. Like, let's be real, like music theory is kind of stupid, right? Like, what do you mean? What do you mean wait, the track is too low. What do you mean this is a chord? Starts on an F sharp heckin', it's like F sharp diminished, 7th with a, I don't know, C major heckin' whatever in between. Music was not meant to be analyzed. That's what I'm saying. Music was not made to be analyzed. But I think it helps us explain a lot of things about music. And I think the point was really here. You take that back. Music theory is so cool. Music theory is a lie. They're telling you that notes have numbers and letters connected to them. What do you mean? And then you also have like heckin' 17 different letters for different things, and then what the heck is a C7, right? That's crazy. Rock bands in Japan craze more about pop and EDM. That's fair. As for example, or DOES is a good J-rock band. Oh, okay. That's good to know. But yeah, I think anyway, the point of that rant is basically to say, I think that music has evolved, and so we have a lot of like variety now in the world, right? But I think also the mainstream and popular stuff is the stuff that's meant to be easy to listen to, stuff that isn't really for people who think really like or like I guess pop music is good for people who have a surface or a slightly more surface level appreciation for music, which is fine, right? And I think that's like important to have. But I think there's also a lot of music that has more depth to it in the sense that maybe they have more fancy chords, right? But also, the thing about classical music or like older music, 'cause classical is a very again general term for old music. But generally like older music has more of a progression involved, which I think is really interesting because I like the idea of music as a storytelling medium. Yeah, that's all that there is to say really. One day BTS is making a rock music. I think most of BTS is in the military now. No? Anyway, that's to say, let's continue with 75. Da 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 da. I'm not gonna lie. I have a I hear this so much. But I do like the way this performance is. It's like, wow. Motivating development hits just right. Yeah. Man, I want to pull out my violin. I haven't touched it or tuned it in like 3 years. 1 second, guys. I'm gonna grab that real quick. I wonder if my mic will pick it up well. I hope so. Now my violin is very old and very cheap. And I haven't tuned it in probably like 5 years. Man, this is so cool though. This is so cool. Take a break. Let me pull out my violin. I hope it sounds good. Honestly, part of me in my heart and in my soul, heart of hearts. Oh, the E string is broken. And I don't have a replacement. Okay, well, that's fine. I don't need it. I'm probably not gonna pull my bow because that'll take a lot of work. But let's tune some instruments today. I need a new violin. That is not the right note. That is not the right note. Hold on. That is not the right note either. Can you guys hear it? You can. Okay. That's all I need. Man, ugh. Oh, the peg is slipping too. Oh no. The peg is slipping really bad. Maybe it's time to give up. I have to like push it in and also that is also still not the note. Can you hear that? Okay, I want to get a new violin sometime then. I think this is a lost cause. Okay, anyway, not the point. I need to zip this up again though. I'll continue with Beethoven's Fifth. Yikes. It's fine. I got this for like $300 from like China probably. It was just used to practice really, so anyway. Enjoy your time. What? It almost fell. Okay. Man, I don't remember this part of the song. Yeah, this is a... You know, I wish I could give you more insight or talk about how, you know, funny details about music, but honestly, I haven't practiced in 3 years. I couldn't tell you what Beethoven's style is, except it's a lot of, I don't even remember the word. But it's like, I guess it would be like the pop music of the classical world, in the sense that it's not particularly, complex, I guess? It has like some cool, it has like good chorus, it has nice music. I like the music of it. And it's nice to listen to, right? It's just generally pleasing, which is why Beethoven is like cited in a lot of classical music compilations and whatever, right? But I couldn't tell you anything about the themes or what makes Beethoven in particular so famous and so interesting. But like, there's not like that much. It's not that complicated of a song. Like, I could realistically, I could play this within the heckin'. Like, I could play this on piano pretty easily. Like, within reason. Within reason, this is playable, alright? There's a lot of classical music that is not within the realm of playable for me. Let me figure out how to set up my stream like this. Maybe like this? Maybe like this. Okay, I'm done. What's another good song I was thinking about lately? I was thinking about, what's it called again? There's this one that's been like really in my mind. I think it starts with a C. Hold on, I need to find this actually. Oh god, now it's gonna bother me. Blah blah. Man! I'm gonna look up. Hey, Spaceball, it's good to see you. I'm gonna look up ominous classical music, and I'm sure it's gonna be here. Playlist. Okay, nice. Rachmaninoff Prelude in C sharp minor. Oh god. Dance Macabre. Saint-Saëns. Mask of the Red Death. Wait a minute! Sorry, wait, that's not the point. Dies Irae. That's not what I'm thinking of. Thinking of Lacrimosa! Man, I love Lacrimosa. You guys gotta listen to Lacrimosa. Have you guys heard Lacrimosa? I love Lacrimosa. This one's been like sated recently, and a lot of well, I'll start from the beginning. I'm gonna make sure you guys can hear this because it's so heckin' epic. This is like so it's been really popular, I think, lately for people to use this as an intro in like games. I've seen it in K-pop too. I've seen Lacrimosa used in the beginning of a K-pop performance. And I'm not gonna lie, it's really heckin' epic. I love Lacrimosa. The opening is like actually really legendary. So listen carefully, guys. Man, a good choir? I'm obsessed with good choirs. That's the meme song? Is it used in memes? I haven't seen it in like memes. I've only seen it like I've only seen Lacrimosa and Lacrimosa. Staring into the void. I didn't know it was on 12/8. Can I play this? Does this fit on my piano? Wait. These keys are so tiny. Yeah, definitely. I did that right. I'm so good at sight reading. I'll redeem myself. This isn't even hard. Yeah, definitely I did it right. Man, but I really like the choir part. I think the performance of it is definitely like this is definitely one of those songs that you have to play it or you have to perform it. Sounds like a cat walking on a piano. Thank you. I wish I had I wish I still had a grand. I wanna practice the piano on a grand because it feels different and nice. Right now my fingers have like, I don't know, half a centimeter both ways in terms of like extra space. And I have small hands, so it's kind of rough. But yeah, Lacrimosa has like a really like haunting quality to it. Apparently there's a story behind Lacrimosa, and I found this out recently, so I want to share it with you guys. And so I'm kind of like I've been like liking Mozart more than I anticipated in my youth. I don't know. When I was younger, I didn't like Mozart that much, but nowadays, I've been having, you know, I've respected the guy a bit more. But this is, yeah, apparently one of the last song that he composed in his life, like before he died, kind of thing. And so you can kind of, and like it's like, you know, like the people say like, you know, he could feel the shadow of death or whatever upon him and whatever. Too bad I'm a Bach guy. We are meant to be. I don't like Bach. I think it's just because a result of the time that he's from. With meaning that like Bach's time had a lot of harpsichord music, and I kind of hated harpsichord music. You know, I mean, I'm sure there's good harpsichord music out there, but it's very, I don't know what the word is for it, but like everything lands on the beat. Everything's like very on the beat. I don't know what the word is. I forgot. I haven't taken music theory in 5 years. And so I don't know. I felt like it was a little not to my taste. I like stuff that does funky things with tempo and timing and stuff. So yeah, Lacrimosa is kind of like that because it's in compound meter. Right? Compound meter is cool for God. Should I explain compound meter? I feel like there might be people who don't know what compound meter is. We'll explain compound meter today. Compound meter, let's see if I can run. I have 2 drums here, right? I can run both at the same time. Okay. So compound meter is basically, explain it. There's a reason I'm not a music teacher. Basically, there's kind of like two main, or two, like, there's like the how do I say? Choco teaches music theory. It's like grade 1 music theory. So how am I supposed to do this? Basically, in most music, there is a very easy, like, most music is in the 4/4 time. We'll say that way, right? 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you can split this up into like as many parts as you want, right? 1 and 2 and right, like that. My tempo is like really bad, but this is like a lot of music is in 4/4 time, and you can do like funny things with this, and you can split up as many parts as you want. But most music is in 4/4 time, right? Now there's some music that is like more waltzy. It'll be in like 3/4 time. I feel like this should be a better way to explain this, but like they'll be like 3/4 time, right? So they'll be like this is a bit fast, or a 3/4 usually. But like this kind of, I don't know why 3/4 time has this like waltzy feeling. There's probably some kind of psychology behind this. I don't know. Yeah, but like this is like most like waltzes or dance music is in, or like older, I guess, dances are in 3/4 time. But then there's like compound meter, which is basically 4/4, or well, yeah, I guess it'd be 2/4 time, right? 1, 2, 1, 2. But also in between, you put the like the eighth notes in between. So it's like a mix of 3/4 time and 2/4 time. 3, 4, dun 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 dun. Right, compound, and then 12. That's basically compound meter. It's that it's like 2 rhythms in one, but also 12/8 in particular is like a heckin' 4/4. But it's also it's like if you take 6/8 time and you multiply it by 2, right? That's what it is. You making music? No, we're just explaining the basics of music theory. Are these 2 drums different? Are they different? I think they're marginally. I like this one more. I like this one over this one. Okay, we'll use this one instead. So yeah, 12/4 or 12/8 time is basically 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and that's basically the pattern. Lacrimosa is in 12/8 time, which is kind of interesting. I don't know why people usually use 12/8 instead of 6/8, except to like the differentiation between it is mostly just like when the beat is or like when the phrase ends, kind of thing. So we'll listen to it some more. I want to find a nice score for this, so I can view it well. Honestly, this music looks pretty easy to play if you are in an orchestra. So it's definitely about like how you perform it that makes it good. Compound meters are more visual than anything. That's true. That's fair. In layman's term, please. It's more just like, so the way that we read sheet music as musicians, it makes it easier. Everything is more you don't get like a nerd. Banger take, actually. That's actually too real. I guess to explain this is like sheet music is written in a particular way, and it makes sense to our monkey brains, right? Because it's basic math, you know. 1 + 1 is equal to 2, and 2 + 2 is equal to 4. And then therefore, you know, if you see the note that that corroborates to the number 4 in a 4 time like sheet, you know that you play for four beats, right? But like realistically, if you're not intuitively like learned in music, if you don't like grow up learning music, you kind of can figure out the vibe of a song in a compound meter, right? It's just that it's easier to it's like in math, you could just use calculus for everything, but sometimes it's easier to just go by like I haven't learned calculus in a bit, so we're gonna go with something that's easier for me to understand. Um my monkey brain absorbed knowledge, yeah. It's like when you have the Pythagorean theorem, you could just do the math, right? If you have a right angle triangle with the adjacent and the adjacent and opposite angles equal to 1, you could do the math and find out that the hypotenuse is equal to the square root of 2, but you could also just memorize the fact that it's the root of 2, right? It's kind of like that. It's just a different way of saying the same thing, I guess. Anyway, we'll continue. I need to look at this sheet music a bit better. It's like zoomed out on my screen. And I can't see. My vision's getting worse and worse by the day. No! Sorry, oh no. I was looking at the sheet music because I looked it up. There is several lines, more than one line in alto key, so I don't know how to read alto key well, so I'll have to guess. But I wanna look at the chords for the main chorus. Man, there's a reason I'm not a music YouTuber, huh? All I know is wow, music is so cool. But yeah, no, I saw a take recently that a lot of anime like openings in particular, like anime music in particular, is kind of like the middle ground between classical and pop music, in that it's easy to listen to, but it also has like a certain set of like storytelling that you don't really get in a lot of modern day pop music, right? Man, I wish I could tell you what chord this is, but it makes me happy. That's all. I love when keys that seem that when chords that sound unresolved get resolved in a certain cool way. All right, and the easiest one is like, oh, that's not the right heckin'. The easiest one is this one. That's the easiest one. We learned this when we were children, right? When you have an unresolved chord like this one, and it resolves. But when it's cooler and fancier in the cool person way, I like it a lot. That brings me joy and happiness. Okay, let me see if I can read alto key. Alto clef? Alto clef? Is that? I'm trying my best. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry. I guess it's just really to say like the human ear, you hear dissonance like this. Right? Like these two are right next to each other, and so listening together gives you kind of like this like buzzing, tingly kind of feeling, right? Almost. And then when it becomes something that's more pleasing to the ear, I really should explain this in like normal terms, huh? Instead of using the words like resolve. It feels nice when you have a chord that doesn't sound like it quite matches, right? God, what do I remember from music theory? I don't remember anything from music theory. Yeah, this is the best example I could give you. Sounds kind of like you want it to finish in some kind of way, right? You want it to like complete in a nice way, and then the nice complete way it sounds is like this. A lot of tension and release. Yeah. Good way of explaining it. It's like Man, I need to find a good way to put my OBS. I'm like swapping monitors for it because I'm using all three monitors in some kind of manner, but it's really not working out for me. Um, man, I don't know where to put this. Whatever. I'll just like pop out the chat and then we'll call it a day. How about that? Press that button. I'll put it here and I'll put this here somewhere else. All right. But yeah, and of course, get fancier and fancier the more you learn. And like that's why like people like for example, like this sounds kind of like boring, but this it sounds a little bit cooler. I can't hear it very well because my audio is kind of low on my end, so I need to turn that up. So you shouldn't end on because it sounds bad. It's not that you should end on it, but it feels unfinished. You know what I mean? Like, let's say you have like a song like, gotta look up the heckin' chord progressions again. Yeah, it sounds unfinished. Yeah. Like, we'll go back to the heckin' pop music good example again. Yeah, of like the. Wait. Right? If you have a song that's like that, I can't play a lot more than that because I don't have that many octaves on my keyboard. Like that sounds nice. Actually, that's actually a pretty good way to end. Honestly, I'd be kind of down to that, but they usually resolve to wait. I feel like that's a bad example, huh? I feel like that's a bad example. I feel like there's a better example out there that I need to find. Is extensively used in jazz as a turnaround. Interesting. Can you play Megalovania? Hold on, actually, wait, I have another musical instrument in hand. Give me one moment. Good thing I have, good thing I'm equipped today. Please. If you end on the third note, make a video. Yeah, you know what? It feels like you, man, I want to go somewhere with this song, alright? But harmonica? No, I have a automaton. So I'm not very good at this. I haven't practiced. I'll play everything I can't play on the piano on this thing. Yeah, what a nice smooth gliss. I'll play La Cremosa on this thing. Wait, how was the note? Wait, I have to go up an octave. Whatever, we'll start on whatever note we start off with. Okay, this isn't going so well. This thing's really hard to play. It's like it's harder than a violin because violin is, I don't know, violin's a lot easier. I have no clue how this thing works. I just have a heckin' black bar and I gotta press it somewhere to make a noise. And if maybe if I auto-tuned it, it would work out, but I don't know. So glad I'm here today. I'm happy for you. You know what? I'm happy for you. Wait, my stupid man. Why are there so many screens I need to use? All right, we're gonna play the Melody of La Cremosa. We're gonna butcher it a little bit. All right, just like, you know, adequately, just so the sheet music knows who's boss. It's like a drowning BM. La. Okay, so this is. sorry. I'm trying to explain this well. I don't know how to explain it, but basically there's this I can't read this sheet music, so I'll have to do my best. So to figure it out on piano before I can figure it out on the automaton. C's here. And then this is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so it's a B. Should be wait. This should be our starting notes. That's so high. Wait, what's after that? They just repeat it twice? There's no way. And then, no, the second time changes the chord. Right? No, the chord's the same. What? Okay, never mind. Answer your phone, lady. And then it's like, yeah, whatever. I give up. I think that's enough of that. I can't. Wouldn't it be really funny if I could harmonize my own voice with like I actually want to try that now. Sorry, now I'm really curious if I can. I'll move this to that's low. What octave is that? Oh, I can do vibrato in this thing. You hear that? Wait, also in the hierarchy, so you'd hear. That's so cool. I can do vibrato. Wait, hold on. Is it easier like this? Ugh, it's hard. Shaking a die. Yeah, that's what they do in you know when like people are playing violins, right? They like they're the hand on the like on the board is like shaking a lot. This is called vibrato. Wait. People practice really hard to get like the perfect vibrato. So that's really funny. Okay, sorry. I'm back to normal. Let me find the bass note real quick. Vibrato or Italian emoji. Okay, well, we'll look for the beginning here. BMO and Adventure Time. All right. Wait, that's not it. Yeah, it is. That's cool. Yeah, I'm not an opera singer. Let it be known. I've tried once. There's one song I had to sing in choir in Latin, and it would not go well for me. I think I actually did not even play. I think I wasn't even singing during that song. I just had to practice it because they put me on the violin because they didn't want me to sing Latin. Pretty sure that's what happened. Anyway, that was Lacrimosa. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I should probably we'll probably talk about this a little bit. They have the do do do. Oh god, alto key. Ooh. Is that a D D? So this is an octave. can't read this. Is that... Sorry. I've given up. I can't read alto key. I've really tried. Um, sheet music is really hard for me, and I'm not very good at reading in general. So, thank you guys for coming to my music training today. This is an excuse for me to touch my piano again. Yeah, it's gotta. If you guys have played piano, you guys know those like fingers you gotta do. Like... I can't go any higher than that because I don't have any more. Right. I can't go any lower because that's the lowest I can go, but... Thank you for the PTSD. Another hand exercise. Wait, there's also, I remember this one. I can't go any higher than that, but you know. My mom has a grand Steinway piano. Yo, I want one! Ask your mom if she's selling. I'll take it off her hands if she's not using it. That reminds me, there's a family. I think I might have talked about this on stream, but I visited some people recently. They had a piano, but they weren't using it, and I was thinking like, man, I really want that piano. You think they just give it to me? They're using it as like a heckin' second bookshelf, right? And I was like, man, you think they'd give it to me if I asked? She said she's taking it to the grave with her. Honestly, valid. If I had a really sick grand piano, I would do the same. What else is there? I gotta practice my scales as well. I don't remember them that well. Wait. Man, I'm getting so much heckin' trauma now. I'm like thinking about it, like, man, I remember playing the... For like, heckin' my entire... Like, I remember doing that 20 times a day. And I remember playing arpeggios. Alright, and then like... Oh, I can't reach that, never mind. What else is there? There's like... Dominant 7. I remember dominant 7s. I don't remember the fingering for this. Something like that. Like, imagine I still can't do arpeggios without messing up. Yeah, arpeggios are like weirdly like hard for being a super basic mechanic in piano. I don't know. I think it's easier to do it on the heckin' automaton. Something like that, yeah. There's a missed 7th? No, there's a diminished 7th though. Oh! That was my automaton. It's like What that? I don't know. I don't remember what it's like. It's been a while. I need to pull out my old books. Spooky. It is pretty heckin' spooky for sure. I think that's right, actually. Right? No? Well, that's a 6th on the 7th. I don't know. Whatever. I choose not to think about it. Anyway, what other songs are there I've been to lately? Oh, okay. So there is one thing I can't remember. Like, I remember in my high school orchestra, they made us play a very particular song It's one of the four. I'm pretty sure it's one of the four seasons, right? By Vivaldi, all right, that guy. I just can't remember which season it is and which movement. And like because I've been listening, because I think a lot, like if you guys know the genre of YouTube video where it's like, oh yeah, professional pianist goes to like Los Angeles airport and plays classical music, right? There's only four to go through, but they sound kind of similar, or at the very least, the opposing seasons kind of sound similar in a certain way, and I don't think either sound familiar enough for me to remember. Um, which is to say, I remember playing one of them, one of the movements of one of them, but I don't remember which one. I think it's summer, but I think summer is a little hard, so I feel like it's not summer. I don't know. It was summer? Okay, thank you. Thank you. We'll listen to that then. Let's relive some childhood trauma. You play any La La Land song? If I remember the starting note. Da, 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 da. Man. Man, I don't remember what a piano sounds like anymore. Yeah, something like that. Let's listen to Vivaldi before I embarrass myself any further. To be fair, you got it at what cost? There's a reason I do vocals now, because vocals is so much easier. Alright, you don't have to think about, I mean, you have to think about different things, but you don't have to think about what your hand is doing, right? You don't think about heckin' key signatures, right? Like, you don't have to remember that B major is with 5 sharps. That's kind of cringe, I'm not gonna lie. I don't even remember that. Alright, with vocals, you can just be like, oh yeah, you know that one song? City of Stars? Yeah, City of Stars. Debussy's Clair de Lune. Honestly, I tried to learn that once. It did not work so well. Let me look up the sheet music for it. I can play the right hand and only the right hand. Clair de Lune. Are you shining just for me? Okay, wait. I might actually have this. I think we're an octave low. No wait. Is that B flat? I don't have a pedal. These stupid tiny little keys. Sorry. I'm okay. Clair de Lune sheet music is actually terrifying. Yeah. I don't like looking at the heckin' parts with lots of notes. You know, I think about do you guys ever think about heckin' tiny keys or big hands? It's definitely tiny keys because my hands are pretty small. You know, like there's like certain musicians out there who are sadists, right? The most popular sadistic heckin' pianist is Rachmaninoff. Anyway, that guy was like legendary for having like really big hands, and so every single piece he composes on the piano has like these ridiculous like jumps on, or not jumps, but like heckin' like, you know, but yeah, that guy. Right? So he'll have chords like, right? That spans more than a heckin' octave, and I can't reach them. There are a lot of piano statists. I mean, that's also true. Alright? But I remember that guy in particular for his big hands. And like it feels like a personal attack, personally. I feel like it's a personal attack because I can reach an octave. I can reach this like barely on a normal piano. A ninth, this is really hard, and then a 10th is like literally impossible for me. I can do it on this piano because it's really small, but barely. That's hard. Wouldn't it be really cool if I had like an like if I could like show you what keys I'm pressing on the piano? That'd be kind of sick. Just do hand stretching exercises? Dude, no, you don't understand. Like in my hand span, if I have my pinky and my thumb like perpendicular, not parallel on the same line. I'm pretty sure the width is like barely that of a ruler. Like a 15 centimeter ruler. I'm pretty sure it's barely that size. But this is a nice sounding interval, this 10th. It sounds really nice. Now if only I could play it. Alright. If only I could stretch my 5 fingers in a way that made this nice. I can't do it. I tried, I really did. So yeah, I think about that all the time. There's also another like really famous song, right? Custom piano with smaller keys. No, I think big keys make it easier to play though. That's the thing. Just go another finger. I think there is a gene that like that allows for extra finger growth. Not my field of expertise, but you know, good for thought. Now I believe the song La Campanella is a song meant for violin. I might be delusional. I don't actually remember what the original notes list. Never mind, it's piano. Yeah, so La Campanella is also pretty rough. Hey Z, it's good to see you again. How do I say it? How do you do this? I can't even play this on this piano. I just realized. It's heckin' it's 3 octaves and I don't have 3 octaves. Okay, we'll play it on the omatone down. Well, let me see if this has a wide enough range. I think that's only 1 octave, no? Okay, wait, this is doable actually. If I play 1 octave on the piano and I play 1 octave on the otomatone, this is doable. I need to find the D. That's a D, right? Seems music with computer piano players. I think so, actually. Yeah, there's a lot of people with like extra fingers who are really good at like guitar, for example. Okay. Oh, this is actually gonna be really rough. Maybe I play the lower octave. Okay, I can do this. I can do this, guys. Wait, it's actually D sharp, isn't it? Is that even? That's not even a D, is it? That is a D. I can't play. Never mind. I can't play this. I don't have enough octaves on this piano. Maybe if I streamed from my other piano, or if I brought it upstairs. Do you think if I asked my brother nicely, he'd carry the piano upstairs himself? I can't play this on this thing. I literally don't have enough. But if I were to like guesstimate, it like on a different. Wait. What is the melody for this? Yeah. Is this a flat? Something like that. It's pretty bad. Hey, Zana, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, I can't play it on this thing. I really could try, but only if you wanted to hurt your ears at this point. I'll play it. I'll play it on the heckin' Campanella. We'll take the version played by Rosso 5 years ago with 46 million views. Wow. This guy's a really good piano player on YouTube. If you guys haven't heard him already, he does a lot of really good piano covers of classics. He's so good. And he has big hands. You had to play this with 2 hands. I can't do this. This song is like... I don't know. He does it so well. Like he makes it so easy. Like that's not okay. Man, I wish that were me. I mean, this was God. Like, while killing it, thank you. Crying. God, I wish that were me. Yeah, no, like, I wish I could do that, but you literally had to span more than my heckin' hands width. I had to, like, jump halfway across the keyboard to be able to play most of this. That's not fair. That's not fair. I'm watching this guy play it right now. God. Oh, why can't that be me? This isn't even the hardest song out there. This is like adequate difficulty for most people, man. Like you're learning piano, you're just like, oh yeah, this is okay, one thing I really like about this song in particular though, as a heckin' enjoyer's perspective, let me see if I can find it. So this part is where it's like, oh god. It's gonna be really hard to run like this. Maybe I do this. Is this an A? Is that a C? Is there an A sharp? Oh, something like that. It sounds like almost like water, right? Can't be music at all, so something closer to me. Should have been not fair. Your mom plays that like that sometimes? Wow, your mom's actually insane. Honestly, I think when I'm like 40 years old and I'm like in the prime of my life and I don't want to do anything else anymore, I'll probably go back into music. Like probably when I'm an old lady, I'll like practice music for like really hard again. 40 hours a day kind of thing, right? But there's like certain songs that like emulate like I don't know how to describe this, right? Like the best thing I got for you is like to just find it. So 1 second. It's like I was right. So 40 hours a day, exactly. Yeah, so there's a couple of songs that are like I was in the 30s. Sorry, beyond my prime. When I become old and I don't have to like worry about stuff at the end. But like specifically it's like okay. Sorry, I'm rambling. I think music is so cool because there are certain like there are ways that composers can emulate the sounds of like nature almost in the way that they composed piano. Alright, so this is Chopin. Raindrop Prelude. I think it's later in the song. I don't remember where it is in the song. But like this is pretty standard, right? Chopin has his heckin' stupid little Chopin quirks. And I started really appreciating this guy like I guess after I watched July in April. Right? But I hated playing his music. He's so quirky. Yeah, he uses a lot of like fancy chords, right? That I can't name. Kind of fancy. But like his music is like really atmospheric and it's like really pretty, right? You have to kind of like one of the things I think is like I think about a lot, flares. It's not flare. I mean, he does have his flares. But it's like the way that Chopin composes his music is like particularly what's the word? It's like innovative almost. Like I think a lot of so if you think about modern day, right? There's a lot of modern day environmental music. So if you think about game OSTs, right? They have a certain vibe to them. that emulate whatever they need to emulate, right? So if you have a game set in a sci-fi society, you'll have music that reflects this sci-fi society, right? But the thing is, you have to consider is that is mostly done as a result of modern day processing and modern day like capabilities of software and like new like recording technology and mixing, right? But they had to do this without any of that, so they could only do it with the instruments they had, and they had to play it like this on whatever instrument they had available, which is the part that was really interesting to me, right? This isn't the interesting part of the song yet, I believe. This isn't one of the more complicated songs either. It's pretty chill. I think of a different song. I might be delusional. I might be thinking of a different song. Still a good song though. Okay, you think it's amazing what they can do with limited channels and hardware? Yeah, ooh, actually that's really cool. Yeah, I think like I don't know, software nowadays is like so intense that you can make good music out of like the most limited musical choices, right? Which is, I guess, kind of in the respect of what I was saying about pop music earlier. I'm gonna stop this for a second. Like, I can to show you guys what software can do. On my what is this called? Basically I have sounds that I can just play for you guys, right? Like I can. Alright, it sounds like a piano now, but I can also make it sound like I can... You want to hear a violin? Well, here you go. Hold on. Let me load it. This is not the violin sound I wanted, but it is a violin. I could give you heckin' the sound of the tuneless crags, whatever that is. Right? I could give you these heckin' stupid little sounds, and you guys would be like, wow, technology is so cool, right? But like, they had to create music in the past that we don't like, that like, you know, you don't, I guess you don't, we don't really appreciate how music sounds with nowadays with technology. Like it's hard to think about. It's like luminagging fair. I also have this one that's like atmospheric noise. Right? That's played with my keyboard. So it's like it's crazy, it's wild. What's this? And that's so insane to me, actually, guys. You got mail. Yeah, I don't know. Basically, all I had to say, like, when you have limited tools, you have to be a bit more creative with how you're creating music. I don't know if you guys have heard, there's a lot of like debates online now that about like how do you say, like, music sounds the same, like oh yeah, this song sounds like this other song that was composed like 30 years ago, right? Or maybe not even, right? It's like I'm trying to remember the melodic progressions, like right, it's like a melodic progression like that, right? And we're just like, oh, that melodic progression sounds really familiar, right? You guys probably heard of it. It's called sampling? No, not even sampling. Sampling is a different ball field, but like when you have like a melody that sounds similar like that, like you'll have a singer singing like da 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 da, right? It'll sound like, huh, that sounds kind of familiar, right? And it's because it's used in a lot of different kinds of songs, like of all kinds of different genres and of all kinds of different like heckin' artists, right? It's because with the way that music is, it's like writing, right? You can't write completely unique sentences all the time. You are going to inevitably write something similar to something that somebody else wrote, because there's a limit to how many languages there are, basically. Or so how many words there are in a language, right? And how many different ways you can express the same thing in language. It's kind of like that. And I was just kind of thinking about it. Because I feel like you don't like I guess a lot of people could say like, oh yeah, classical music all sounds the same to me. But I think it's only because of the instrumentation that is the same across many different like pieces, right? The first always yell at copycats. Fair. Um anyway. Not the point. I was talking about something earlier and I forgot to go back to it, so we're going to go back to it now. And I was talking about Vivaldi's Four Seasons. I've gotten a newfound appreciation for them recently. Charles Cornell covers a lot in his videos. Oh shoot! I want to look up that channel real quick. Charles Cornell. Oh shoot!
Hey everybody.
You guys didn't hear that? Wow, that's kind of cool actually. Nice. I love music theory. Guys, if I ever make videos, I want to make music videos like that. I'll figure it out. It'll take a long time for me, but I'll figure it out. But yeah, no, music is really interesting and has a lot of spicy stuff involved. And I think music is so cool, right? The fact that it is you know, it transcends language and it transcends understanding, I guess. It's pretty heckin' epic. Right? Yeah. Anyway, I was talking about the Four Seasons earlier. I played one of the pieces during high school. I believe it was Summer Allegro non molto. Molto. I'll listen to it real quick. This is the Voices of the Music playing it for Fundraiser. Yay! Played on the original instruments as well. We didn't play this well, by the way. But yeah, people play this one a lot in public. Not this movement, but I think it's the third movement that people play a lot. The third movement is the flashiest. And I'll be honest, this one didn't strike me as summer when I first listened to it because I played it in the heckin' high school orchestra. But when they play it like this, it really feels like the heckin' like sweltering heat of summer, I feel like. Like I thought it felt kind of cold in terms of like the audio profile. But like thinking about it now, it does feel like, damn, this is what summer feels like, huh? Summertime sadness? Yeah, like being depressed in the summertime. Like when they play it like this, you can be like, yeah, that is what summer misery sounds like. But playing in my high school orchestra, I did not feel the same way. So it like really goes to show. Like this I can like, you can like feel it from the way that they're playing it, that they're like, it's like the vibe of like, man, I've just walked like 3 hours in the hot summer heat. When is the next water source? Now the soloist part is always kind of epic. Contemplating if my stomach is war. So summer here save me. Man, you know, okay guys. So we had a soloist, right, in the orchestra, which is why we played summer. This is like really... I want to say hi to that soloist. Can I say this? Like, I was like neighbors, right, with a soloist in my orchestra. We were never like good friends. This makes me want to go say hi. Like, hey, can you teach me violin again? Man, the way they play it is so heckin' good. Wow. It feels like, I don't know. It's so cool the way that they play it. I wish I was good at music, man. I wanna play music again. God damn. Man, just do acapella covers. Yeah, you're right. Hold on. I don't remember this part. When the classical beat drops. For real. Song's lit. It's so cool. Like you have like the like the very like Baroque style like phrasing, but it's done in a way that makes it feel like you're in the summer, right? Man, God, I wish I was good at violin. Ah. Like, I don't know, just like the way that it's like played with so much like emotion. It's like, I don't know, I don't have words, right? Like this like music is so cool, guys. Music is so heckin' cool. I want to start a dude. I wanna ask like 5 friends like, hey, wanna start an orchestra again? We'll start like a heckin' chamber orchestra. That's what I want to do now. I don't know if I have enough friends for that. God. Practice on your piano first? God. Misery. Everything starts from piano, huh? I don't know, I think violin is a bit more like satisfying to play in terms of like because you get to press the fretboard, the fingerboard. Not fretboard, that's a guitar. You get to press the fingerboard where the strings are, and then it feels like you're a bit more at creative liberty, almost. You're the friends that try to major music, but I couldn't make a living out of it. Oh, it's rough. You can press the piano strings too. No, I don't have a grand anymore. I can't do that. I used to have an upright grand piano, but not anymore. If I had a real grand piano, you know, that'd be kind of cool. I actually, okay. Recently, because I've been on this like heckin' music fix, I've been what do you call it? I've been like, I was really curious, right? Like, you know how like when you're playing in an orchestra for like a live stage, depending on how big the stage is, you'll need microphones, right? And also like in a studio setting, if you need to record pianos, you need to like put a mic somewhere so that the piano sounds the best on the like recording track, right? And I was like really curious how you mic up a piano, because if you mic it too close to one side, you'll have too much like high, like I can't do it. Hold on. I thought never mind. But basically you'll get like too much high frequency and you'll get not enough low frequency if you mic it on just one side. If you mic it in the middle, like I feel like there might be things in this piano structure that make it kind of awkward. Anyway, point is, I learned how to mic up a piano for a studio setting for no good reason at all. Just because I was like hyper fixating, I guess. This is like, I don't know, this is what happens when you have too much time and you don't like, you know, you're not studying. I should really be studying, you guys. But I did find out, I'm not majoring in music, but I found out that they do have music courses for non-majors. So I found out I could, all right? Hypothetically, if I wanted to spend like $600 extra, I could take a music course just for the heck of it, all right? I could join like my school choir if I so chose to. Just cause. right? And I'm legitimately considering it, even though I don't need any more credits for my major. I don't need any more credits for my my program. And I might have to take like an extra half a year as a result because of that. But do it. Poor financial decisions bound. Man, I don't know. I need to consider it again. Uni has legit gaslit me to liking choir. No. Although choir, I'm not gonna lie. I hate choir in some aspects, but I think on the other hand, choir is so heckin' cool when you get like the perfect harmony with like the person sitting next to you. Right? I don't know if you guys have ever had this experience in a choir, right? But like you're singing like a heckin' like nice a 5-part choir thing, and then you hear the person next to you like perfectly in tune with you, and you're like, damn, that's so heckin' cool. I love that stuff. I don't know what else to say. That's I'm really obsessed with music is so cool, guys. Music is so heckin' cool. Um um I don't yeah. That's all that it is. I don't know how else to say it. I think like the more you learn about music, the more you start appreciating the old people who are into music, and then the more you start appreciating music as it is. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. Man. Anyway, not the point. Let's play the most popular part of the Vivaldi Four Seasons. This is a presto, the third movement of Summer. I want to play this someday. Oh, I might play this also for choir. Not choir, orchestra. No, I think we did play all three, right? Did we? I'm not remember. It's so cool. I feel like I don't know. That's a main flashback. Yeah, I don't know. Like thinking about it, do I think 15-year-old Latte could have played this? If I was 15, could I have played this? I think the answer is no. Almost sounds better than I thought. Almost like an easy version. Man. If folks push you hard enough, yeah. Probably. I will say, between the Four Seasons, like Vivaldi's only really known for these songs, so I don't remember his other works. But I only like summer and winter, to be honest. Heckin' autumn and spring are kind of boring. The Asian age that's true. 130-year-old latte or two 15-year-old lattes? I think two 15-year-old lattes would have worked out. I think she was kind of depressed, but like she was like on the grind set, you know. I think 30-year-old latte is not on the grind set. Man, this is such a cool song though. Autumn 3 is nice. I think it's just like I have a general distaste for songs in the major key. You know? Songs in the major key I generally have a distaste for because they are a little bit in my experience they're a little bit less, they're a little bit more diatonic, I guess we'll say. Songs that are like very obviously major are almost always like really diatonic. But if they're not diatonic, then it doesn't sound necessarily major, right? Because it sounds like some kind of subsidiary of a heckin' key, right? That is to say, you know, you could have like, alright, this is heckin' boring, right? But if you were to, I don't remember what the word is, right? But there's like modes, I think it was. There's like modes of the key. So the fourth mode, I don't remember what it's called, but That's not as interesting either, but what about Alright, that's interesting. That's interesting. But that's a diatonic, like that's not diatonic. That is diatonic. It is diatonic, but it's a mode of C major. I don't remember the words. It's been a long time. Point is, they're using the same. They're still using all the white keys. You did just not call Lydian uninteresting. Sorry. Lydian is interesting, but no one played in a scale like this. Alright? It just sounds like, I don't know. In a scale, it just sounds like F major without the notable major flat. This is what this feels like when people say they don't understand math lectures. Probably. I think Lydian is interesting if you are abusing the fact that it's Lydian, right? Like if you are focusing a lot on these notes, then it is more interesting. But if you're not, then it's less interesting. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that. I do think Winter is the most popular. Allegro and the Molter is the most popular. Lydian is Midian. No, I think Lydian is actually pretty sick. I just don't like it in a scale. Kind of boring. Because you're only changing one note. I mean, I guess most of them you're only really changing one note. I guess most of them you are only changing one note, huh? I need to consider this later. I like this part though. I don't know what the note is. They're doing this thing. Yeah, they're doing this thing that's like really fun. Alright? It's like Alright, but on the violin, so it's harder to do on piano because it's a different you have to move more fingers on the piano. I also think it's a different heckin' chord. Something like that. It's cool. It's really cool. I like it. Yeah, this is the one soloists like to play a lot. This is the one where the soloists show off their soloist potential. Mini trills? Yeah. I think they're just straight up trills to be honest, but I don't have the sheet music in front of me. Man. You guys can't see it, but the violinist playing it like that is like, it's so... I wish I could do that. But yeah, this is the one I see all the most. When the people are like, oh yeah, I decided to play piano in a public space. Alright? And then they like heckin', I don't know, this opera singer comes by and decides to join in. This is the most popular one for violinists, I think. Because violinists like to show off. Valid. If I could play like this, I would show off too, honestly. Man, solos get too much love, I'm not gonna lie. God, can you imagine pressing that many notes that fast? Oh, man. I wish that were me, man. I think about this when I'm looking at like the Genshin concerts too. The thing is that's really interesting to me is that there's a lot of video game music nowadays that use like a lot of themes and like older music, but then they add technology, which makes it really, really interesting to me. I'll pull it up later. Oh, this is actually pretty interesting. So, okay. How do I want to start this? So one thing I think about string instruments that's really cool that you don't have in like pianos is that you guys are like math nerds here, right? hold on. Ugh. Okay, if you guys know math, right? You know how like waves work, right? Now I don't remember that much about waves. I'm kind of bad at this, but like um basically when you have like a violin instrument, you have like you know the length of the like string, right? So basically there's like two tension points, I guess, where and then in between is where the string can reverberate to create sound, right? And by moving your finger alongside the string, you can basically change the effective length of resonance to change how the string vibrates, right? Does that make sense? So like you can basically choose the start and end points of the oscillation of the wave, right? Now that's really cool by itself, right? That's one thing I really like about string instruments in particular. But one other thing that's really interesting about string instruments is that they have harmonics, which is to say, if you put like there are certain places on the string where if you have where if you're like your finger is placed correctly, you don't have to even push down, and you'll be able to play the note an octave above. It's something to do with waves. Somebody could explain this better than I could, I'm sure. But it's really interesting. I wish I could show you guys changing frequencies. It's kind of like changing frequencies, but it's like I'm trying to think of a good way to say this. It's like, okay, might be delusional here. I might be crazy, but you know how like what was it? Okay, I'm gonna look this up so I don't like it. Wave harmonics. Sinusoidal wave with a frequency the positive integer of a fundamental frequency of a periodic signal. Definitely know what that means. Virtual pitch. Definitely know what that means. But basically, you know how like waves generally don't oscillate in like it's not usually okay. If a wave if the string is vibrating, all right, it's not usually vibrating at only half of sine, right? It's not usually vibrating at only like the half the like the wavelength is not usually exactly half of sine, right? Math nerds, do you guys understand? Right? You usually have when you usually have a sine wave in terms of longest string means the period of wave is larger, short string is vice versa. Yeah. So but you know like where like if we were doing this in like pure math terms, because I don't remember physics, it's been a while since I took physics, but like if you're thinking this in the pure math terms, right? If you think about where the wave is equal to zero, right? The period, like where the period changes, I believe, or where you become a yeah. Is that the right one? Is that the right word? I don't know. Where basically where wave is equal to zero. Wait, hold on. Am I understanding this right? I don't think I am. Anyway, point is where sine, the location on the string where sine is equal to zero, if you put your finger on that position, you get a really interesting sound, which is an octave above where the note would normally be, compared to if you press down, right? So let's say if you press down on a note on a string and you play this note, right? But if you if you only touch the string at that location instead of pushing it down, you get a harmonic which will play the same note an octave higher. Don't remember the math behind it. Don't remember the math behind it. It's been a while. I'm sure I could explain it better if I took a course recently, but I haven't. It's really interesting though, you know? Maybe I should draw it out. Maybe it'd be easier if I drew it out. Whatever, not my problem anymore. Anyway, point is, there's some really fun math going on behind the scenes. If only I understood it. Vaguely remember this on the violin. Yeah, it's a bit of a niche technique, and it's not used that much unless you're crazy because it's hard to use, right? It's very finicky because it's very reliant on specific physics, right? But if you can use it well, it's really good. Anyway, that's what this part is, by the way. She's using harmonics to get those really high notes. Not right now, but earlier. Man, I wish I could think about this better. But I think about how you guys ever think about how like interconnected all sorts of disciplines are? Man. Like you could be really good at music and not know a thing about physics, but you could also be really good at physics and not know a thing about music. But if you knew both, I wonder if you'd be better at music. or if you'd have a better grasp on like wave physics as a result of learning music. I don't know. That's an interesting thing to think about for sure. I wanna consider it sometime. But yeah. That's really all I cared about for winter. Is Electro interesting? I don't remember. Whatever. Alright, it's gonna pull up a Genshin concert because I'm a heckin' shill. I'm a big shill. Watch the 2023 concert from the Shanghai performance. You know biology? You know I know everything about what sound waves please the brain more? True! Right? Wouldn't that be so interesting? But also like if you knew about biology, sure, but what if you knew biology, psychology, physics, and music? Wouldn't that be cool? Certainly has to do electronic music at least. Oh yeah, electronic music is like completely synthesized basically, right? So I'm sure that would help a lot. But in terms of like synthesizing a new sound, but I don't know. Like I'm really curious what the like reasons that we like music are, right? Like I know more or less that the reason people generally like vocal music is because the voice is like really it's like the hearing the voice because it's such an integral part of our evolution communication so the hearing the voice is really cool, right? And that's why we generally like vocal music, but I don't know why we like certain sounds of vocals. But I know from music history, more or less, that a lot of instruments were kind of created with the idea of sounding like the human voice, but not being the human voice. It's like so many Asians are talented, they do math and music. Maybe. I do think like when you're able to like learn a lot and apply lots of different things to your knowledge, or like I guess like connect lots of different things together in your like understanding of the world, you tend to have a you tend to be kind of smart, right? I think that's really cool. I think it's really cool when you get to like connect A, B, C. You're just like, oh shit, these things are connected. That's insane, kind of thing. I love that. I love that. That makes me really happy. Anyway, not the point. Let's see, guys. What should we listen to? What do we think? Oh, I know a song I want to listen to actually. I want to listen to the Fontaine live symphony performance from 8 months ago from Genshin Impact's like I guess they're like their teaser for their new region. Right? Not sponsored by the way. Please sponsor me, Hoyoverse. Please. I really want more polls. Thank you. But so I want to listen to this one because they have one of the things I really like about modern day music is that we have like a lot of connections, right? Globally, we are able to have a lot more connections between people and cultures, and so we were able to use lots of different like instruments, and we're able to like combine things that weren't able to be combined before, like particularly like regional music or like regional patterns in music, and we get to do things that we never considered before. And like I guess Fontaine's pretty bad example of this because most of the Western world is based off of Europe and all that, so maybe this isn't the best idea, but I think there's like something really interesting in that this is like in the game, this is the nation of water, right? And so they made the really cool decision to include like water-based instruments I'll play it right now real quick. Oh, I'll start here. Now that's a really ethereal sound, right? It's not electronic though. You know that when you know that party trick where you have a like a wine glass filled with water and you dip your finger in water and you rub the rim of the glass. You get this really ethereal. That's what this is. And I think that's really interesting that you get to do this kind of thing with music, right? And that music can be made with so many different like so many different ways, right? I think it's so wow, you know? I was like Hollow Knight. I hear it actually. I do hear it. And so I think it's like, I don't know, I think it's really interesting the way that kind of progression of society has given us more diverse choices for music, among other things. But like it does sound like classical music almost, right? And I think that's the coolest part about it. This is what I was talking about like 3/4 time, by the way. A Billie Jean done with door stoppers and it's the same concept? Yeah. Alright, I know there's like there's a YouTuber out there who uses like used snack containers as like drum kits, alright? That's really cool. I think that's really interesting. But yeah, no, I wanna be in an orchestra, guys. You know, if you guys like perchance know somebody, it's starting a. I'm trying to volume down a little bit. If you guys perchance know somebody who's doing like a a VTuber orchestra or something like that, let me know. I really want to be part of an orchestra again. I miss playing instruments, man. I miss instruments. I miss music. I don't want to do choir. I think choir is. I don't want to do choir anymore. I've given up. I'm not cut out for choir. My voice isn't cut out for choir. You have to have a certain very classical sounding voice for choir, I think. I don't have that. How much of the music Demon's happy sad music is actually natural? How much is it just a brain being translated and think it's happy and sad? That's a good point too. Not really related because I don't know the science behind this. You think so quite says off from the voice, yeah. Trombone mentioned. Yeah, sorry, what was I thinking? I read a study actually recently. Not really related, but I read a study recently. Because, so I don't know if you guys know that, I'm sure you guys know, jazz music is like very heavily lauded as like the improvisational like Eden, right? If you are a good jazz instrumentalist or musician, then you are like at the peak of improv, right? Improv music. And so that's so cool. That's such a good climax. Anyway, because I know like and then so like a lot of psychologists are really interested in how improvisation works on the brain and how that feels. And apparently it's really interesting because basically there's two lines of thoughts. Turn it down a bit more. It's loud. Where basically it's like people would like they'd argue if being good at improv meant you were thinking more or thinking less, right? And the idea, basically the conclusion is that they thought less, right? You just kind of let your training take over, which is really interesting. And also you become more creative as a result of that, which is pretty interesting as well. I remember seeing some documentary people into different cultures made them listen to like classically sad Western music, and many of them made them feel happy. That's interesting, actually. I think there is like, I think one of the downsides of globalization is definitely that it's hard for us to know what is like a universal human experience and what is like a heckin' like new, I guess, or like we don't know what is fundamentally human as an experience or what is learned, I guess, is what the point is, right? And And I think it's really interesting to think about for sure. I recently learned that there's a lot of like psychological studies that go to like really remote tribes to measure like how they like to measure things in general, right? About Western like that we think about Western society to prove them wrong, to prove or disprove them, right? To find out what is like an inherently Western world kind of trait or what is not inherent or what is inherently a human trait, right? And those are really impressive and like really interesting to think about, but I also think it's really funny that there's like the handful of tribes left in the world who have to get like every so often there's gonna be like some researcher fella who's like, hey guys, might I perchance ask like what MBTI you are? You know, I think it's kind of funny to think about. But yeah, no, I think music is so cool. Yeah. Yeah, I think but I do think I wonder if it's mm, like I guess is like I was thinking about there's a lot of music that people don't like because it's too quote unquote like avant-garde or it's too hard to understand for a lot of people, right? And I think there's definitely some classical music that falls under this umbrella of like, oh, I don't really get this music, so I don't really like it, right? And that's fair, right? There's a lot of classical pieces off the top of my head I can think of. Um that's a lie. I don't know that many classical pieces off the top of my head. But like there's a lot of pieces like in like that I've heard that I listen to. I'm just like, huh, this isn't something that people would you know, I'll just pull one up real quick. I need to stop heckin' I gotta stop heckin' yapping. I'll actually pull it up here and we'll see how it goes. Oh, this one. Chopin, Etude, number 25 or number 11, Opera 25. This one's a classic. Classic, like a classic. Man, that goes so hard. I want to learn this song. If only it wasn't heckin' miserable to learn. That goes so hard. Like I imagine that there's a lot of people who listen to a lot of like pop music nowadays who might not be like, wow, this is such a banger, right? I mean, are there any people like that actually? I think this is a generally pretty enjoyable piece. This is a pretty easy to consume piece, all things considered. There's enough repetition that it's like pleasing to the ear, right? The guy that took the Chopin etudes and transmogrified them into the even more etudes that are arguably harder? I need to look at that. Could you send that to me sometime? I want to know. I want to hear that. Yeah, I think when it comes to like this point, it's probably a little bit harder to enjoy, I would figure. Yeah, this part. Because I feel like if you listen to a lot of like popular music now, you'll be like, dang, this kind of sounds like noise, no? And I can kind of like I can hear it, which is why I will say that. And I don't want to be like, oh, they clearly just don't understand what they're talking about. Because it does take like it is kind of like an acquired taste to be able to listen to certain kinds of older classical music, right? Because it has so much more tension involved. It's not so harmonic all the time. How deeply music have to get to during this type of music? I think it requires a little bit of. It does take a bit of studying, right? Like I will say, it does feel like a bit of an acquired taste, in the sense that BGMs are the core soundtracks raise up these days. Yeah, It's pretty rough. Like, I think it does take a certain kind of like a bit of like education into music, in the sense that you have to understand how technically impressive it is, I guess. But also, beyond that, I think it's not hearing it as like, I don't know how to say it well. It's harder to appreciate, yeah. I'm trying to like find a way to put into words to explain well. Like, you can hear it and it sounds like, wow, that sounds like really hard to play. And like, I think like, that's one level of appreciation you can have for it. But also, I think it has to do with understanding a little bit more of what the composer intended to create. That really hard to prepare, that don't really taste that great. Well, I don't even think it's like that, right? How do I say? I guess like every form actually kind of is like that, huh? Because like the way that I see it, every form of art has its really well respected and but also hard to appreciate as a regular person kind of like kind of material, right? Like I guess like in visual arts, it'd be like looking at a heckin' painting by I don't know any classical artists. You'll see like a classical you'll see like the classical painting from of like some impressionistic painting, and they'll be like, yeah, that's kind of sick, right? But you don't really understand why it's better. So it does like the Mona Lisa, yeah, like that. Okay, you know what? Now putting in that perspective, it makes more sense to me. So I can talk about it. It's really okay. Every form of art has its quote unquote optimal and its peak and its like most widely sought after form, right? Its purest, most artistic form, right? And for us in the modern day, because we have a lot of technology and we have a lot more accessibility to resources, it's a little bit harder for us to appreciate it in the context of what we have today, right? Because right now in the modern day, we have a lot of easily accessible art, we have a lot of easily accessible music, we have a lot of easily accessible even food, right? That tastes really good. And I think like that's really good as a society because we're progressing and we're raising the minimum standard of living, and we all get to enjoy music, we all get to enjoy art, we all get to enjoy food, we all get to enjoy games, right? Even. And so it's hard for us to understand the impact that this stuff had when it was made. Or focus like marketing jingles or earworms and pop music, like songs made for a specific scene. Oh yeah. But I think like in the context of what we have now, we are like kind of spoiled for a choice in terms of art. As in, like you'll see like an art, like literally scroll Twitter for 5 minutes and you'll see like an artist that draws really really nice artwork, right? And you can compare it to some old classical painting, right? And you'll be like, wow, I like this art more, the one that from right now, right? But it does take a little bit of understanding into the historical context of when these are created, because at the time, you know, art was not nearly so prevalent as it is right now, or music was not nearly so prevalent as it is right now. And so as a result, like this kind of music being so famous for so many years is kind of like it's like why we have museums, I guess, right? They have technology from the old days that will be like, wow, we have so much better technology now, but we get to see what was popular during that time. But not only that, like we get to understand why it's popular, right? Because if you had like if you had a pop song in the old days, I think if you put a pop song in the old days on piano, or I guess like the closest equivalent of it, it would be a little bit boring in the sense that the instrumentation, we only have what's limited and available to us. And so I think it's like the inevitable progression of technology and art that we always strive to have. We always strive to use new things, right? And so like we always like sorry, I'm trying to find the good words for it. It's like patrons had to commission these pieces. There's only so many composers available. Yeah, that's exactly it. And not just that, it's like when you hear something or when you see something a lot, right? You kind of like as a society, as individually and personally, we always want change. We always want something new. We always want something exciting, right? And that's why like top fashion models, right? Like the world's best fashion and like designers in the world always create something radical and really new every time they have a new fashion show, right? They'll have something even more impractical and something even more bizarre in store for the next fashion show, right? It's because we always crave something new, but in the end, everything comes back down to like some sort of pattern. So like we everything. The thing I kind of learned recently is that everything changes, but also stays the same over like a lot of generations. Limited attention to everything's cyclical. Yeah. So this can kind of be like a scene in the progression of classical music. I might be wrong on this order here, so like forgive me if I am. But we kind of have a couple of different phases of classical music. We have like Bach, we have like Beethoven, we have Bach, then we had like Beethoven, then we had Mozart, and then we had like Chopin, and then we had Liszt and Rachmaninoff. I might have the order wrong, but it's roughly in that order. And you can see that the style of music that they composed is changing, right? So if I were to create it on a scale, like Bach and Beethoven are probably on the more tame end of the scale. They're probably, like I said earlier, they're probably like the pop musicians of the like classical world because their music was very easy to understand. It's very like straightforward and has a lot of chords, right? It's very easy to understand as a listener nowadays, but stuff that like Chopin and Liszt and Rachmaninoff wrote, those kinds of works are more complicated and they're harder to understand. But right now, in the phase of art that we are in right now, I think we appreciate having simple stuff again. Revolution first time ever me loving displacing garbage graphics digger nowadays. So we're too much of a nerd for this. No, it's all good. I think it kind of is like that. Yeah, yeah, that's pretty valid actually, right? And we're kind of going back to it now too with how modern games, like I guess like games like 3 years ago, like really valued hyper realistic graphics, but like now we're going kind of back into like hand painted graphics. We're going back into simpler graphics, stuff that isn't so hyper realistic, right? And I think this kind of cycle is the thing that's like prevalent throughout society, right? How we're getting like we have really simple basic aesthetics for our games, and then we went into as complicated and as like close to reality as possible kind of graphics for our video games, and now we're going back to simpler stuff, right? And then this is kind of like the how do you say, like the weft and the weave of how human society enjoys stuff. Different classical eras, yeah, Baroque, classical, romantic, etc. Yeah, I think that's a good way of saying it. The Call of Duty era for video games, yeah. They will want hyperrealism again. It's like a cycle. Yeah. And that's kind of how I think it has been, right? Even in like visual arts, I know it's been something like that. I don't remember all the heckin' art phases, right? But I'm sure you guys know like impressionistic art, and you guys know like cubicle art, and you know abstract art, right? And we kind of go through the cycle for almost like every single era, right? We always have like something that's a bit more abstract. We have something more uniform and to the point, right? Fashion is like this too, actually. We have a lot of phases of like really complicated and really like extravagant outfits, and then we have phases of like a lot more simpler, right? And like easier to wear outfits, stuff like that. And I think this is like a pattern that can be kind of seen through like every aspect of humanity, right? I can't really name any more than that because I'm I'm exclusively spec'd into arts and stuff, so that's how you make bank in the art world. Rule you have to create music by the rules kind of phase in music, because that's what the music we listen to is like, and that's the music that is popular for us, right? Because it's easy to listen to and it's more orderly. But I think give it a couple of years, and then we'll have more complicated music in the in the most popular songs of the time, right? I think a good example of this happening right now is like you have a lot of ballads, you have a lot of pop songs, right? I haven't listened to a lot of pop songs, so I can't really say what it's like in the Western world. But then we had like a song like Idol, right? US Libby's Idol make it into like the top #1 globally worldwide song, right? And that's definitely a song that breaks a lot out of the mold a lot. And so I think that's like an example of how we're transitioning into a slightly more complicated era of music in the modern day. And so I think it's like in this context is when you can start to appreciate um, the harder to appreciate stuff from the old times. Yeah, I said a lot of words there. I hope you guys understood that well. I hope that made a lot of sense. But yeah, so I just think it's really interesting, you know, that the way that humans kind of repeat cycles without really thinking about it. It's really interesting to me. Shrugs. Fair enough. Yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, but it's also like, man, and that means like you gotta kick and follow trends if you want to be popular and cool and interesting and whatever. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, we kind of like I don't know, technology and rules and whatever always change. I'm really interested to see what kind of music will be like the popular stuff in 100 years. Um, there's a composer online actually that I saw recently. Not a composer actually, a pianist. They're really heckin' good. Let me see if I can find them. We'll listen to this as like the last thing. Um, what's it called? Howl's Moving Castle? Yeah, okay. So, everyone's watched like Ghibli films, right? I haven't personally, but everyone else has, right? You guys have all watched Ghibli films, right? Well, there's this really good pianist on YouTube. There's a lot of good pianists on YouTube, but this is one person who arranged "Merry-Go-Round of Life" if Rachmaninoff and Liszt composed the song, and it's 6 minutes long, and it's a really good piece. I'll probably link these all below when I have the time to. The audio quality is a little bit worse because I don't have a dedicated mic for this, but it's really... Hold on. This person plays it really well. I will say Merry-Go-Round of Life is a very structured and orderly song that's indicative of the era it was composed in. But this person makes it a bit more complicated, so it sounds more like the era in which complicated songs were popular. I really like this arrangement for the record, in case it wasn't clear. It's got a really... the other thing I think is really interesting is that modern day in particular, we value melodic phrases a lot. Because of the way that music is right now, melodic phrases are easier to consume and to grasp in terms of, or like as an enjoyer of music, right? It's easier to latch onto a melody because you have a voice and you can sing along to it, right? But a lot of older music didn't really have strong melodies, probably because of the limitations of technology, right? If you had a soloist, you could only really have like one like instrumental accompanying them, because otherwise the soloist would get drowned out. And so I think that's really interesting. That soloists and melodies are kind of a product of the modern era, at least in music. Like, I really like the way that they... okay, how do I say this? So one thing that's really interesting to me is that in music in general, a pattern is kind of established. So you have to, like, if you're creating a song, maybe that's why the stuff doesn't click. Yeah, that might be why as well. I feel like melody has always been important. Melody has always been important, but it's more like we value like approachable melodies nowadays, right? In the modern era, we value stuff that's easy to consume, right? Whereas I think in like the older days is, I think it might also do like that, like the popularity of vocal music. To be fair, I'm not sure. I don't study enough music history. This is so cool though, by the way. Sorry, I was talking about something else. You can show me first listen. Yeah. My brain's like, sorry, my brain's blanking. Sorry, one of the patterns I think is really interesting in music is that the dynamic frequency. There's like a couple of ways. Oh, that's so cool. Wow. I wish I could do that. Wow, I wish I could do that. I think that we don't have a lot in older music, especially piano music, is like we can't really have drawn out chords because of the way that the instrument is limited. In modern technology, we can have like a synthesizer basically play a chord indefinitely if we really wanted it to. But with like older music, and particularly in like solo instrument ones like piano and like to an extent orchestras, you can't really have an indefinite chord be played in the background to account for the white noise. And because you need a lot of layers in music to make it sound good, you have to compensate for that by having a lot of parts in your composition. I guess you have to put... Oh my god, wait. Sorry. I was watching this guy play. To explain to you guys what just happened here, this guy... I haven't touched my piano in several minutes at this point, damn. So this guy, this Haken fella out here, this madman, you guys know octaves, right? Same note, different pitches, right? This guy did a gliss, which a gliss is like, right? That's what a gliss is. You just play every note, but he did it with one hand on an octave. It's like, I can only do it with both hands. Like that, but he did it with one hand. That's insane. I don't know how you do that. Ow. I'm gonna hurt my hands if I do that. That's insane. I don't know how you do that. How do you do that? Is this guy... I wanna watch that again, sorry. That's so crazy. That's so insane to me. That's so insane. He did it twice! Wow, okay, anyway. Anyway, what I was saying earlier is you have to add a lot more in-betweens to older music, to classical music, to make it sound interesting. Jesus Christ, man. I want this to be me. That's not okay, you guys. That's not okay. Man, I'm too old to be a prodigy, you know? And my brain is like not wired enough I have too much on my mind to become like a one track minded child who's amazing at the piano. So I'd actually put in hard work every single day if I wanted to become good. And there you go. That makes me feel better about myself, I think. Yeah, that's what I'll do. Next time, next time. Oh man. Progress? No, I'm just doing with two hands. Bro has to play like chords and stuff with his left hand and do it like this. I don't know. Anyway, I was thinking about music a lot today, so I hope you guys enjoyed my talk about music, but at what cost? Right? My mental health. That's what. But it's okay, you guys. This is the start of my classical musician arc, where I practice again one day. I create my own VTuber orchestra. Have your Capucin's Piano Concerto 4? Possibly. I'll be honest, there's a lot of music out there that I don't remember the names of because it's always like they're always named like, oh yeah, opera number 14, like chapter 3 or whatever the hell. And I don't think I cared enough growing up to how do you say, to like remember them well. So I'd have to listen to it to see if I know it. My mom always made fun of me for never remembering names. Honestly, yeah, it's hard though. It's hard. It's hard to remember. But yeah, no, I think about like I'm like, Mom, you know that their names Simply Potato X? Nice. Yeah. I do think that was like the hard part of remembering classical music, but like now that I don't know, I feel like growing up a little bit has made me start to appreciate some of this stuff more, and I kind of regret not paying so much attention during piano classes growing up, but it's okay. You know, one of the things you learn about growing up is that there is a lot of nuance and a lot of interesting parts to life. Um, you gotta have a deeper understanding of the world, and I think that's pretty heckin' cool. Sure, I won't become a prodigy, but it's, you know, one day maybe I could become good enough to play in an orchestra, and realistically, I think that'd be kind of fun. Like, I think it'd be kind of cool to do that, right? I think it'd be kind of cool to just do it. Honestly, you know what, guys? Heck that. I don't need to be paid. All right. If you run an orchestra out there, viewers, if any of you guys run an orchestra out there, you know, I'll join for free. I won't do it as a full-time job, but I'll join for like one performance for free. You know, I think that'd be kind of cool. I just want to play something on stage again. That'd be really heckin' fun. Just saying, if you are a scout for an orchestra, you should hire me. I don't have a violin, but that's okay. I'll just borrow one from somebody. You know, it's fine. Man, look what I've turned into. But yeah. No, I think music is really interesting, and it does take like I feel like we should end this on some kind of message. So let me think on that for a moment. Orchestrates a winter concert with like 100 other VTubers. Yo, I didn't know that. Sorry, that's loud. I want to find who. Perchance, would you be willing to share? I kind of I want to have know a little bit, find out a little bit, find out. You know, that'd be kind of interesting. Ha 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 ha. It should be instrumental spots. Ha 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 ha. Obaki Pam. Okay. I'll keep that in mind. I'll keep that in mind. That sounds actually really heckin' epic. I'm gonna look that up later. Um, but yeah, no. So, what's our final message for tonight? Um, I guess we'll say something like, music is like a really diverse world out there. And I feel like the more music that you listen to, right, the more you develop an appreciation for music. I think, just like any other piece of art, right, writing, music, visual arts, food, what else is there? I'm sure there's other kinds of art there, like fashion, right? The more you look into it, the more you research, the more you develop an appreciation for your current music taste and also your old music taste and also like other people's old music tastes. And I think when you develop this kind of like appreciation for the for everything when you begin to have like understand what makes something so appealing. When you understand that for yourself and it becomes clear in your own mind, you can listen to lots of more genres and varieties of music that you never thought you would like before, and then you can appreciate things that you never thought you would appreciate before. And I think that's really wonderful. And I think music is like a really vast kind of like um world, right? There's like songs created every, and I think like human creativity is really like just such a boon to our existence. Like realistically, I think it's so cool that as humans we are able to create stuff that is like optimized for our own enjoyment. That's so interesting. And so I hope you guys learned something today. I hope you guys had fun today. I hope you guys enjoyed listening to me talk for almost 2.5 hours straight. And I hope you guys develop a new appreciation for the music that you listen to. I wish I could explain my stuff better. So I got to talk to some music teachers to see how they teach music. But I hope you guys enjoyed today, nonetheless. And I'll probably end the stream. I'll end the stream here, and I'll see you guys next time. And I hope you have a good day. So goodbye. Have a good day. I'll link all the music in the description if you want to listen to it again on your own time. And yeah, that's it. Goodbye.